Take a look at these headlines. Russian drones entering Polish airspace. Poland invoking Article 4. NATO jets intercepting Russian threats. He's asking, are we on the edge of a new world war? Hello everyone and welcome back to Geopolitics Decoded, where we understand geopolitics in simple terms. To better understand NATO's possible responses to these incidents, we need to look at the two articles that are at the core of NATO, Article 4 and Article 5. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Before we dive into Article 4 and Article 5, we first need to understand what NATO is. The North Atlantic Treaty Organization, or NATO as it is popularly known, was established in 1949 amid the ashes from World War II. The world had just witnessed devastation on an unprecedented scale, and a new rival was rising in the East. NATO's mission was simple, yet powerful: collective defense. If one member is threatened, all members stand together. It began with just 12 members, including United States, United Kingdom, France, Canada, and other countries. Over the decades, it grew, welcoming Southern Europe in 1950s and Eastern Europe after the Cold War. And most recently, Finland and Sweden joined NATO in 2023. Today, NATO has 32 powerful members that makes it one of the strongest military alliances in the world history. Now that we are quite aware about what NATO is, let's talk about Article 4. Article 4 states that whenever a member nation feels its security is threatened, it can call for an urgent consultation with other members. That doesn't necessarily mean war, but it certainly means that allies come together and decide on the further course of action. To tell you the truth, this isn't the first time Article 4 has been invoked. Poland has invoked Article 4 in 2022 when a Russian missile landed near its border. Turkey has used it several times during the tensions with Syria. Think of Article 4 as NATO's alarm bell. When it rings, it doesn't mean fire has started, but it means something is definitely going wrong and everyone pays attention. As we know, alarms only warn. What happens when fire actually breaks out? That's where Article 5 comes in. Article 5 says an armed attack against one is considered attack against all. This is NATO's red line, its ultimate promise of collective defense. And here is an interesting fact. Article 5 has ever been invoked once.
Tower at the World Trade Center. Cameras were after this first explosion. Cameras were trained on the Twin Towers when the second jet.
After September 11th, NATO stood strong with the United States. For the first time, European allies patrolled American skies. NATO armies were deployed in Afghanistan. Article 5 is not just word on paper. It is action, immediate, collective, and decisive. So, what is the difference between Article 4 and Article 5? Think of it like this. Article 4 is like alarm bell. It wakes up the neighborhood and gets everyone onto your door. Whereas Article 5, that's where you call the firefighters. They don't just talk, they act. And this is where today's crisis feels dangerous. When Russian drones enter Polish airspace, that is NATO territory, and suddenly the leaders must ask, was this deliberate or it was just a mistake? If Poland pushes for Article 4, then the leaders will meet in Brussels and they will decide the further course of action. But if Article 5 is ever triggered, then we are no longer talking about meetings, we are talking about action, a direct confrontation. So to summarize, Article 4 and Article 5 are not just lines in the agreement, they are heartbeat of NATO. Article 4 cools things down before they spiral out of control. Article 5 sends a warning: attack one of us and you will face all of us. This balance, the alarm, the red line, the caution and the deterrence, has kept Europe and wider world from sliding into another world war. So the next time you hear about Article 4 and Article 5, you will exactly know what's at stake. Article 4 means NATO talks, whereas Article 5 means NATO acts. And don't forget to like, share and subscribe to Geopolitics Decoded to understand geopolitics in simpler terms. Feel free to comment your thoughts on the comment section below.